With today's advanced technology, you'd think new discoveries would be easier to explain, but that's not always the case. Some remain as baffling as ever, like the giant eye. Imagine trekking through an ancient jungle only to find a massive, perfectly spherical stone resembling a colossal eyeball staring back at you. This discovery in Costa Rica has left scientists puzzled. Carved over 1,000 years ago by an unknown civilization, its purpose and how it was made so precisely remain a mystery. These are just some of the craziest discoveries that science has yet to fully explain. The giant eye. In Costa Rica's jungles, archaeologists uncovered mysterious stone spheres, some so perfectly round they resemble giant eyes. Known as Dequas spheres, they were crafted between 300 and 1500 AD by a nameless civilization predating the Brunca people. Found near significant sites, they likely symbolized power or status. These spheres, some weighing 25 tons, showcase remarkable craftsmanship, with many nearly perfectly round. Their purpose remains unclear, inspiring theories from alien creators to links with Atlantis. Researchers marvel at their precision, achieved with primitive tools, and hope ongoing excavations of well-preserved spheres will unravel the secrets of these ancient masterpieces. The pyramid from before the flood. Gunung Padang, a site in Indonesia, could redefine human history, with evidence suggesting it predates Egypt's pyramids by tens of thousands of years. Located atop a 3,000-foot-high hill, the site contains terraces with retaining walls, 400 steps, and scattered stone blocks resembling ruins. Carbon dating places its construction as far back as 20,000 BC, long before any known civilization. Some believe the site hides a buried pyramid or monumental chambers beneath its surface, revealed through ground-penetrating radar. While skeptics suggest it may be a natural formation, the possibility of an ancient advanced civilization remains an intriguing and controversial mystery. Treasure of Villena. In 1963, archaeologists unearthed the treasure of Villena in Spain, a 3,500-year-old collection of 66 objects, mostly gold, showcasing the extraordinary skill of Bronze Age artisans. Among the treasures, two items, a hollow hemisphere and a bracelet, stood out for their composition: iron. This was puzzling, as Spain's Iron Age didn't begin until 850 BC, 600 years later. Scientific analysis revealed these items were crafted from meteoric iron, metal from space rather than human-made. This discovery raises questions: how did ancient people recognize this cosmic material's uniqueness, and why did they treasure and craft with it? Share your theories in the comments. Viking games. A small piece of blue and white glass, no larger than a chocolate square, has been unearthed on Lindisfarne Island, shedding light on one of England's most infamous historical events, the Viking invasion. This relic, shaped like a crown with delicate white glass ridges, is believed to be part of Hnefatafl or King's Table, a Viking board game. Popular during the Viking Age, the game mimics a raid, with one player protecting a king and the other attempting to capture him. Discovered near the site of the first Viking raid in 793 AD, the piece suggests a surprising cultural exchange before the violent attack on the island's monastery, which marked the beginning of nearly 300 years of Viking devastation. It's unclear whether the piece was lost by a Viking raider or owned by locals familiar with Norse culture. This rare find highlights how games and warfare were deeply intertwined in Viking life. The boat that shouldn't exist. In June 2020, melting permafrost near the quiet Russian town of Nar-Yanmar unveiled an extraordinary mystery. As the thaw exposed ancient soil from an 8,000-year-old riverbed, locals stumbled upon something baffling: the preserved remains of a small wooden boat. Measuring around 30 feet, the vessel still had iron nails embedded in its structure, an impossible feature for the Stone Age, when humans were not yet using iron. This discovery defies historical timelines. If people navigated this ancient river, who were they? And how did they craft iron nails thousands of years before the Iron Age? Could this relic belong to a forgotten civilization, or perhaps tie to flood myths like Noah's Ark? The boat raises more questions than answers about humanity's ancient past. How do you explain it? Caveman balls. In 1960, archaeologists in northern Israel unearthed 600 mysterious stone balls, each about the size of an apple and crafted 1.4 million years ago by Homo erectus. These spheroids, found alongside advanced tools like hand axes, remain a puzzle. Researchers initially speculated the spheres were debris from toolmaking, but new evidence suggests a different story. Using advanced software to analyze their shape and construction, scientists revealed these orbs were purposefully crafted with skill and precision. While some believe they had no practical use, serving instead as early artistic expressions, others theorize they might have been projectiles, symbols of status, or religious artifacts. The stone egg. The stone egg is one of the most enigmatic artifacts ever discovered, unearthed in 1872 during a construction project near Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire. Buried 6 feet underground, this quartzite object, about the size of a goose egg, boasts smooth, precise drill holes at both ends and polished surfaces rivaling modern craftsmanship. It is adorned with carvings of a human face, astronomical symbols, an ear of corn, and what appears to be a teepee. The artifact's origins remain a mystery. Its quartzite composition isn't native to the area, and its design doesn't match any known Native American style. Theories about the egg range from it being a commemorative object for a peace treaty to an ancient tool or even a mythical thunderstone, possibly brought by early European explorers like the Celts or Vikings. Despite its perfect craftsmanship, the purpose and creators of the stone egg remain unknown, sparking endless speculation. What do you think this artifact could be? Mutant wolves. Wolves in the Chernobyl exclusion zone are raising concerns as researchers find they may be spreading radiation-induced mutations to other European wolf populations. A National Geographic report revealed that scientists tracked 13 wolves using radiation measuring collars. While they expected to see bursts of radiation exposure in contaminated areas, one surprising finding stood out: a young male wolf traveled over 250 miles from the zone into Belarus and Russia, likely in search of a mate. This movement poses a potential danger. Michael Byrne of the University of Missouri explained that the high wolf population in the exclusion zone drives young wolves to disperse, increasing the risk of spreading genetic mutations to healthier wolf populations. These mutations, caused by radiation, can lead to tumors, smaller brain sizes, and developmental abnormalities. Additionally, the wolves can physically carry radiation into uncontaminated areas. The long-term impact remains uncertain, but concerns are growing about whether these mutations could significantly affect European wolf populations or even create eerie, mutant predators roaming forests. Only time and further research will reveal the true extent of the danger. Giant catfish. In the cooling pond near the Chernobyl power plant, giant catfish have become a notable presence. This pond, once used to cool reactors, is now a haven for these enormous fish, which are much larger than typical catfish. Interestingly, radiation is not the cause of their massive size, as many might assume. According to Timothy Mozo, a radiation specialist at the University of South Carolina, radiation doesn't usually cause animals to grow into giant versions of themselves. Instead, radiation often leads to inefficiencies, causing mutations that make it harder for animals to find food, travel, or reproduce, eventually leading to their demise. The catfish in Chernobyl's cooling pond are not mutants but a species known as Wells catfish, which can naturally grow to enormous sizes, some reaching over 350 pounds. So, the question remains, how did they end up in the cooling pond, and how have they managed to thrive there? These catfish are likely a result of natural migration into the area, and their survival is a testament to the adaptability of some species in unique environments, even when they aren't subjected to radioactive mutations. Mysterious otter. One of the most surprising discoveries in the Chernobyl exclusion zone recently was the sighting of a regular otter, a species not expected to be found in such a heavily radiated area. Researchers, using hidden cameras to track wildlife recovery since humans left the area in 1986, were shocked when an otter appeared on camera, scavenging a fish carcass. The cameras, which had been set up with bait to attract animals, had already captured footage of 15 species of birds and mammals, but the otter's appearance was a first for this region. Even more surprising was that the otter appeared to be healthy and unaffected by radiation, as did other species such as white-tailed eagles and American mink, which were also captured on film. The animal's ability to scavenge nearly 98% of the fish provided by researchers was an encouraging sign that wildlife in the zone is thriving. Although it's unclear whether this otter is part of a larger family or if any mutations are present, the discovery has been seen as a positive indication that life is finding a way to adapt and flourish in the Chernobyl exclusion zone.